Hi everyone, my name is Alan Reed. I'm an adjunct instructor. I teach English 211 online. Denise Pastor asked me to help her with this first year composition project. And so the purpose of this video is to demonstrate to you what we have so far. What you're looking at is a sample Moodle site if you're not already familiar with Moodle. And the way that we envision this working is by embedding an activity in each of the modules into every instructor's Moodle site. And this is very simple for the instructor to do. This is probably 3 or 4 clicks of the mouse to get this activity embedded in here. I'm calling it the Digital Writing Lab for now, though Denise is going to be changing this name very shortly. So what the student would see is something like this. He or she can click on the link to the module, and the module appears. It's essentially a WordPress site, though it is sort of housed in the Moodle frame of CCU. So the first thing that the student needs to do is log in. He or she can use a social media account if they wish, although I would recommend using Google because their student email addresses are Gmail accounts. So let's just use a test account here and sign in. And then the next thing to do is click on the badges page. Digital badges are very popular in higher education right now, and essentially they are a way to verify students' skill sets outside of sort of graded assignments or course grades. So for example, we could have a module or a badge dedicated to something like Microsoft Office. And then when that student goes to apply for a professional position somewhere, he or she can actually list that on the resume and say, I have a digital badge verifying that I'm proficient in Microsoft Office or PowerPoint or computer skills or whatever we decide to create as a badge. And so that's the upside to using digital badges. Purdue University is doing something very similar. The way that this works is that it's intended to maximize the student's understanding of this content without placing an overbearing load on the instructor in terms of grading or anything like that. So it's very much a sort of self-paced module. Let's take a look at the Library Expert badge. So in order to earn this badge, which I've already done, it says I've already earned this achievement because I've been in here before, the student would have to do a few things. And I've just taken this content directly from some of the library materials that Denise sent me. So this can also be modified later, but it would be sort of multimedia heavy, meaning lots of visual representations, lots of videos, interactive quizzes, things like that as the student reads. But it is sort of like a chapter in an interactive ebook. I'm asking a metacognitive self-reflective question here, like, do you understand all of the concepts? Not really. Okay, then I'm suggesting that you should revisit some of the material. Here's an embedded video, again a Kimball Library video. Very good. And at the end of the content, the student is asked to do two things. First, to summarize the content, summarize the information in the module, and secondly, tell how the content relates back to the course. How are you going to use it? Why is it important? And so that summary can come in the form of just typing directly into this text box, or if they wish to type it in a Word document or something and then upload it, they can do it that way too. For our purposes, let's just type something in here and submit. And so upon submission, we will have earned the achievement. And back on the badges page, if I go to my little login button again, it shows me a list of my badges that I've earned. So you can see I've been kind of dabbling around in here a little bit, but the way that I envision this happening is that instructors assign different badges, let's say every 2 weeks or so that the student would cover 8 badges over the course of a semester. And it can be in any order. It could vary depending on the course, depending on the instructor, depending on the sequencing of the content, whatever you like. So it's very adaptable. In addition to that, when the student does complete a badge, he or she will also receive an email verifying that they've received this badge. So let's take a look and see if it came through. Okay, so I've been given credit, and they'll receive an email very similar to this. This is for the other badge, but this is what they would see. I'm using a program called Credly, which is a sort of social media site for digital badges. And high-profile institutions use Credly for this very purpose, to share badges like this. And so the student can share it to their social media site. They can add it to their LinkedIn profile. They can demonstrate to potential. I would imagine that the instructor could say, the badges account for 10% of your final grade or 20% of your final grade, and you must show proof that you've completed 6 of the 8 badges or all 8 badges by the end of the semester. Or you could do a periodic check of the badges and their completion. Again, this would be up to the instructor, but the options are depending on what the instructor wants to do. So that's the essential idea behind the digital badging system, and this is what we have so far. So we really welcome your feedback and comments on this idea, and I look forward to hearing from you and from Denise. And thank you for your time.